Following video may or may not be for children. We're going to put it as the may not be for children, so I'm going to make sure I mark this as not for kids. But this is very important. So if you are a kid and you're over 14, then you can watch this unless YouTube doesn't let it run because they're going to claim that this is hate speech. Alright, so at some point in our lives, cyberbullying will be a normal thing. It has been a cause of suicide amongst young people, and it's still happening to this day. I was recently cyberbullied about some crap that happened in a group. I won't go into detail just so the fact that this won't be considered hate speech, but cyberbullying is a thing, and YouTube should let my PSAs actually be PSAs so that they won't flag me for this, but they might flag me for this. Someone in one of the groups responded to something I said about some murders. Alright, in recent news on the internet, so it's on the internet, so don't know if it's real or not because it hasn't hit the real TV, but it's not local, so it's not going to hit real TV. But in New Jersey, two members of the Alphabet Squad, they were young ladies, a wife and a wife. One lady was black, who was the victim. The other lady was Hispanic, who was the victimizer, beat her to death. And the fact that everybody was worried about their races and everything was like a small thing compared to the fact that someone lost their life. And I put on there, someone lost their life, and someone else tweeted to me because another guy tweeted first, or whatever you call this stuff is, and it said that there's going to be a race war now. And I'm in my 40s. And I straight told him, I said, dude, you're late. There's been a race war since America was taken over. So you're late to the party, dude. There's always been a race war. There's been a race war since the dawn of America's birth. I'll say the fact that no one wants to acknowledge that is why the race war is still going on. It's like a cold war within a hot war. In other words, racism is still a problem, and if we don't address it, it will stay a problem. And as of late, the pendulum has spent more towards the Asian community than the black community for the moment. But the one thing about being a person of color that is black, the racism always comes right back to you. Well, anyway, the young lady was a black victim. And on the thing, I just said that I told the guy he was late for the race war. The race war is already happening. It's never gone away. So some other person, in their bravery, their infinite bravery, text me to shut up. I'm editing this, by the way. And so I replied to him, first off, you should respect your elders, because I'm in my 40s. And second off, you're a very brave person who can text evil derivative messages behind a computer screen. So that's why this is about cyberbullying. See, a lot of people are cowards. Down home, honest to God, cowards. And most of those people are the people who do cyberbullying, because I can say anything to you behind this computer screen. You don't know where I live. You're not going to come to my house. You're not going to throw me a beating. So I can call you whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. I can say anything behind the texting of this phone. Because you may see me on Kung Fu Havoc 2 and you may know what I look like, but you don't know where I live. I live in Charlottesville. Feel free to swing by. I promise you it's not going to work out the way you think. Anyway, the point of that is, cyberbullies are really brave behind the keyboard. Cyberbullies tend to wear masks when they're behind the keyboard. And they know that there's no real repercussions because there's not a whole lot the law can do if somebody cyberbullies me into killing myself. They can be aware, they can go and search the IP address, but in all honesty, you can't charge that person with murder because I killed myself. And no law in the land says, well, he kind of killed himself. There's not a whole lot that they can really charge me with. And this has been proven with the young Korean student who did not kill her boyfriend, but was accused of killing her boyfriend because somehow or other when she broke up with him, he decided to kill himself. This has also been proven with the young white lady who literally told her boyfriend to kill himself, and he literally did it. And she got charged with manslaughter and maybe possibly conspiracy or something. She was on Dr. Phil like a year or two ago. And it's the same as the young lady who also was on Dr. Phil who got charged for something for licking toilets during the outbreak. Okay? So you see where we're going with that. There's not a whole lot of, you can't charge someone on a computer screen with first degree murder if I kill myself because they bullied me so bad that I didn't have enough. Sorry, this arrow is distracting me because it's like literally destroyed, and I don't know how that happened. But anyway, you can't really charge someone who bullied me so bad that I decided to go and kill myself. Bullying in itself is bad, but cyberbullying is just as bad and has caused lots of deaths in the teenage community over the last decade, and people have been not really able to get justice for their children. And cyberbullying till this day still goes on, being that I was just a victim of that maybe 15 minutes ago. So I'm making this video, and I'm posting this video first before I post my other stuff so that I don't get flagged. It's a crying shame that the human race has nothing better to do than to pick on somebody on the screen. And the reason I say that, I ain't got a problem with physical conflict. I really don't. I do not have a problem with physical conflict. Just let me put those gloves on so I don't break my knuckles when I'm bashing your face in. But the problem is that other people have a problem with physical conflict, so they're going to pick on people via the machine. And the thing about cyberbullying is, it's so easy to do because no one can really do anything to you. I'm not smart enough to track an IP address. And even if I could, I don't even know what an IP address actually is. So I could track it if I was smart enough, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be stupid enough to come to your house. Because hackers can hack anybody's IP address and send the wrong person to the wrong place at the right time, which is how these Craigslist rapes were happening way back in the day and stuff like that. So, cyberbullying, man, it's not going to stop, but there has to be more we can do to prevent it from happening. And we can all start by looking in the mirror. But I want someone to say what I just said to someone else, to my child, or to me. And the problem with that is, you don't, but you'll turn right around and do it. When I make these videos, I make videos to inform people about things that's going on in the world. I have 91 followers still for the moment, because I haven't posted anything, so I don't know if anyone's left me from other things that I've posted. But, I don't lie to my followers. And I'm not going to lie now. Being bullied sucks. I've been bullied all my life. And for many different reasons. My height, can't get a girlfriend because I'm ugly, I'm mixed, black girls don't want me, you name it. And I've probably been bullied for, I have comic books and toys as my only friends. Yeah. I've been bullied a lot over a lot of dumb stuff. And a lot of people aren't made of thick skin. So that's just how cyberbullying leads to suicide and things like that. And for anybody who's watching this, you need to know this because I watched something on Mel Robbins today that I didn't know existed called a Blue Whale Challenge. And a young man who was 14 years old killed himself. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, wow, when I was 14 and 15 and even younger, I was bullied so bad that I wanted to do that too. And the thing is, I've even had a few bullies tell me to go and kill myself. And that's pretty bad. And this is another reason why cyberbullying has gotten away with so much stuff, because people have taken this stuff too far. And then there's really no accountability and there's no justice. And we can't really do anything about it because legally, if you commit suicide, there's no one you can really charge. And if you can charge him, you really can't charge him for murder. And you can't really give another teenager 20 years for conspiracy for something that he did 20,000 miles away, because you don't know where they're coming from. They could be in California while you're in Maine, and your kids in Maine killing themselves because they don't know how to ignore this crap. And a lot of people, I'm one of those people, I'll be the first to admit, it's a lot of things that I can't ignore. There's a lot of things I can't ignore because I've had to live with it, like racism. I can ignore that to a certain degree, unless you're all up in my face and you have bad breath and you kind of need to be hit. But outside of that, racism, sexism, I can ignore that, but only to an extent. And a person can only take so much before they just pop off. And the thing with that is that, uh, anger and rage can only be controlled by a person who is very well disciplined. I like to think I'm very well disciplined, but even I have my limits. Kung Fu has structured my life to where I got a grip on me. I don't have a grip on you. And on a sad note to that same coin, you really don't want me to have a grip on you. That being said, we have to fight cyberbullying on every level. Adults are still being cyberbullied. We just have the ability to handle it a lot better than the children who are being cyberbullied. Um, no one's cyberbullying your pets, but they're probably insulting your pets. You can walk away from that. But when they start getting personal and they start telling you that you're nothing or talking to you like you're less than human, that's when you need to block them or get rid of them and stop communicating and all that. So this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Do not cyberbully people. Thanks for watching. Be seeing you.